Hello and welcome to my brand new series. Now, I've decided I'm going to play a slightly different game to vary it out a little bit. This game is called Gam Dev Tycoon. Now, I quite enjoy it because you build your own games. So, the basic principle is we are coming up with video game ideas. You get new consoles that are released on a regular basis, and it's just basically develop games. It is a fun kind of game to play. So obviously you choose your topic, you start off with a few topics, and then you do some research and gain some new topics. So we're going to go for post, and then we're going to go for genre. Let's go for an adventure. What you can find sometimes is at the side there will say poor combination or great combination. And then we pick our platform. Now I've got a few mods going on here. I will show you the mods. I've got to show you the mods now actually. So I've got some mods. Basically these mods are effectively adding things to the game, obviously. So different consoles, you'll find that there might be like in here there's like a Nintendo 64. They're basically, none of them are sort of like the original versions, obviously for copyright reasons, but they are effectively versions of consoles that have come out. So before you add them mods, there are obviously lots of different consoles in there, but there aren't as many. And I just think it adds to the game when you sort of add more in, or use the mods to their advantage, if you guess. Right, so we're going to do that. We're going to call it adventure. We're going to pick a platform. Now, at the second, you can see the market share is 21, adventures at 41. Let's go for the G64. Although this has, no, let's go for 41. Why not? So that's cost us a little bit of money in there. Obviously, that money is effectively just the cost of the development. At the moment it's costing us 10 grand. Let's just call it, I might as well just keep it original, call it The Walking Dead. Hopefully I don't get done for copyright there. Right, so you can choose between text-based and graphics. We're going to go for graphics and start development. Now you will score points depending on what you choose. Now I think I've got the hints on, so obviously I'm guessing that means that is quite important in this, and then that's possibly not, and that's more important than the engine. So we're just going to go over that logic and see where it gets us. So obviously I'm getting points per game. It's now telling me that you get news constantly throughout. At the moment this game looks okay. So according to this, dialogue is very important. So we're going to use that logic and we're going to put down level design. Strange as that is, apparently that isn't important at all. This does remind me of like the Apple, like when building an Apple computer in someone's garage. Adventure 2 is no, I think pretty certain, isn't that the one I'm just producing this on? Hopefully not, because otherwise that would be quite funny to produce a game that cannot be released because it's no longer supported. That is feasibly important that could happen. Or not feasibly important, feasibly logical that could happen. So, massive, yay, first game, hype 11, brilliant. We may be producing something that no longer exists, but hey. So we've got our finished game. Now you can keep this going for a while. They will sort of like, possibly not at this stage, because you obviously, and you do run the risk of getting more bugs to be fair, but you obviously want to make money, and we've just spent 40 grand on this game. So you get experience at the end of every one. Tells you there's a new combination, because that's the first time we used that. New topic, new combination, new combo. Obviously the more experience, the better the games will be. It's a fairly logical approach they've chosen here. Release the game. The 520 is no longer supported. Sometimes it moves pretty quick in terms of consoles that are released and then no longer supported. Finally decided to leave the video game market. Crash. Oh dear. So what we'll get in a second is you get some reviews come in, and they're coming pretty quick, and it's not a bad game at all. And then at the right hand side you will get favourable reviews, happy days. You'll get telling you how many monthly sales you've got. Now obviously we've done quite well because it was a good game apparently. So we've charted in number 45, which is not bad at all. Of course it's our record sales for our first game. I mean that's relatively obvious. Fans were so successful, we've got 89 fans, oh my god. So this is, for the first game that was pretty amazing to be fair. I bet games completely grapple. Instead of Apple, they've gone with grapple. And Grappintosh. They have come up with some funny ways of getting around copyright there. So topic 2. Sometimes what you could do if you were clever, now we've made some money, is we could do some research. We'll do some research. Research a new topic. Military, why not? Esports. Esports is always fun. Get a bit of the old FIFA or one of those sort of games coming out. With absolutely no graphics granted, but we'll still... So obviously that's making money at the second. What I may do, put some money in the bank as well. Just because we tend to spend a lot. I think, let's see if my money is... So I've put 100k in the bank. Just because you never know when you might need that. And we're going to develop a new game. So we're developing a game. So we're going to pick our topic. We might as well go over esports, having just done that. We will call it... I'm going to spell FIFA wrong. Oh, let's go with Pro Evo, why not? Evo, why not? Pick a genre, simulation, pick a platform. Now, as you can see, the last one, literally that was gone. There was no longer a thing. But obviously, we're going to go for this, the 260, because that was a good market share. License does cost us, but we've made quite a lot of money from our last game. It's going to cost us 20 grand to license it. So we're going to go with that. We're going to keep it graphics based again. These videos will be relatively short. I will be doing many of them, but I know that this could be the sort of video that isn't necessarily massively interesting at certain points. But instead of skipping ahead like I do in the Football Manager ones, I will play the whole video. I'll just do shorter videos to keep it as interesting as possible. Experts say they might compete in hardware manufacturers. So again, they're saying artificial intelligence is massively important. Dialogue is not so important. Which does make perfect sense in a game that's an esport game, to be fair. They've got that logic correct. Makes perfect sense there. So I'm going to basically say there's no dialogue at all. I mean, whenever you ever played a football game that has a lot of dialogue, it doesn't tend to happen, does it? So, other than the commentary, of course. Which is usually terrible anyway. So he's struggling. My little dude is struggling here a little bit. He cannot produce the goods. Put down that world design. This may not be as good. Sometimes it's a bit hit and miss. Okay, Grappentosh has finally been released. Or Grapentosh. So this game isn't amazing. Be interesting to see how it reviews. He's got a lot of bugs at the second. We'll probably keep that going. Ninvento. Do love it when they come up with Dinky Kong. He is great. Whoever came up with those names was very creative. Don't want to get done for copyright. Just call our names as close to the real thing as possible, but rare it out. Right, I am going to release this game. Not expecting major things, I must admit. It wasn't as good as it could be. However, what says a new record for technology, to be fair, but I still don't think it's going to rate massively high. But these early games are a bit hit and miss. You are, in effect, just trying to make enough money to move into a bigger location so that you can get some new staff, basically. The idea is you progress and progress until you're like EA, for example, and you're in your own studio. So they've actually said it's pretty good. I mean, I have played this before, so I roughly know what I need to do. So what you can do also, which is quite interesting, is you can generate a game report. So we can go back and look at... I'm not going to do The Walking Dead because that's no longer being Adventure 2 as a dead console. I'm going to do Pro Evo because it's still irrelevant. And what that'll do is it will tell us, help us in the future, give us like an idea about the game kind of thing. So if we look at the game report post-release, it tells us that eSport is a great combination. Obviously, graphics seem to be very important in this type of game. So when we introduce a game with a similar thing, that will help us out because we'll be able to use that kind of knowledge. So let's do a bit of research. New topic. What should we go for? Rugby. We're not going to go for another rugby. We could just be a sports producer, to be fair, but we'll go for military. Why not? So it's kind of a relatively slow building game. I'm going to put another 100,000 in the bank if I can get the numbers right. Sometimes my maths isn't great. I'll put 10 grand in there. Screwed it up. Let's try that again. Well, I can't be bothered. Let's keep it in there. Not enough zeros. Did it too quickly. So we're making decent money. I think when you get to 1 million, you can move. That's when we'll stop. When I can move up to the next point, I'll stop the video. There's probably going to be one more game, realistically, I think, at this point. So we're going to pick a topic. We'll go for military. We're going to do a play on. This is when my spelling needs to be good. We're going to go Medal of Man, or Medal of Men. Instead of Medal of Honor, we're going Medal of Men. Action, RPG, simulation. Action would make sense. Unless action is in terms of fighting in this. We really don't know. So again, you can see that the market share is 42% there. Market share of that Salo site is okay. The Grappintosh, the market share is not great at the second. I mean, you could argue that you could go with that and see what you could produce, but at this point, I think we'll go for that one actually. Should we? Adventure, it's got good action. Let's go for 260 again. Why not? I was tempted to go away from that, but we will in this case go for that. We're in early stages at second. Gameplay is telling me that that is important, so we're going to put some more emphasis on the gameplay. Real emphasis on that this time. See where that gets us. In 2 months, yeah, so that would have been a bad move to make it on the solar site. I remember reading that very quickly. Right, so it's putting a lot of emphasis on artificial intelligence and level design. Again, the kind of standard, I guess, games without graphics, although artificial intelligence does give the impression it would be graphics, but at this point, we're kind of almost in the 80s in terms of games, or consoles, I'd imagine, so, which there's no date actually, weirdly. You think that is the only thing that I would think is kind of a fault with this game, is that they could make more emphasis on the date. I know the games, a lot of the consoles have been modded in on this. I will list all the mods that I'm using in the description so people can download them. Every single one was obtained through the actual workshop itself. However, so that you guys can see what I'm using, I will list them in the description. So we're already making this, on paper, seems like our best game. But we'll see. I've known it before when I played this. I haven't played this many times or for a great period of time. But I have found it in the past has come up, and you look like you got a fantastic game, and it does absolutely dog poo and doesn't make any money at all. Oh, our artificial intelligence are leveled up, which makes sense because we've made a big emphasis on that. So we can now release games for Ninvento. Should be fun. So again, they're saying we're getting kind of solid 6s and 7s. So I reckon this will take us up to the 1 million mark, if I'm honest. I'm going to generate a game report on Medal of Men as well. Why not? Because I don't want to, like I say, I will end this video at the point where we get to the next studio, which I believe will be very soon. Here we go. So you have now made it into your... Congratulations, you have made a name for yourself. You've saved up enough capital. If you want to grow the company further, moving into a new office is a good step. So move will cost us 150. We're up to 1.1 million. So again, you can progress pretty quick. It is worth noting that the mods do help you with this, because obviously I'm getting a lot more consoles than I might have options to. So I don't know how many of those would already be in the game if it wasn't for the fact that I've kind of put them in, if you like. Or someone else has, I've just used them, but you know what I mean. Welcome to your new office. This is bigger. You can now hire staff. So in order to hire staff, we need to do a little bit of training. You can do a little bit of training in there. Right, I'm going to end this video like I said I would now. We've moved into our new office. Going to hire some staff. We're going to start taking over the games world. Right, thank you for watching. Feel free and please subscribe and hit the little bell so you get the updates when my videos are going to be released. Thank you very much. Goodbye.